Good morning from the National Weather Service in Brownsville. This is meteorologist Justin Gibbs with your briefing for Wednesday, July 24th, 2013. Looking at the big picture today, you can see highs in the upper 90s to near 100 across almost all of the southern plains, all of Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and a front dividing parts of the mid-Mississippi and Ohio River valleys, 70s across the Chicago area and Indiana, with some scattered showers and thunderstorms in between. Nothing like that here today. Monsoon thunderstorms continue across portions of New Mexico and Arizona. High pressure over the Gulf will lead to generally breezy conditions throughout most of the western Gulf of Mexico, including here in South Texas. Sunny and hot today. Temperature heat index will be between 104 and 108. High around 95 at Brownsville, and then quickly increasing to around 100 as you move into the middle part of the valley and then into the upper valley. Around 102 at Falcon Lake and at Zapata, and over 100 at Hebbronville and Falfurrias as well. It'll be quite a warm day. The humidity will drop in the afternoon as we heat up, but it's still going to be pretty unpleasant with a southeast breeze throughout the day today. Feels like temperature, like I said, about 104 to 108. So the beach might not be a bad place to be today. Rip current risk will be low. Wave heights will be 2 to 4 feet. Highs will be in the upper 80s with southeast winds at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. And we're expecting hot weather throughout the rest of the week. We want to remind you to beat the heat and stay safe when you're outside. Of course, wear lightweight, loose-fitting clothing and a hat, and drink plenty of water even though you're not thirsty. And use sunscreen frequently, and save that strenuous exercise for the early morning and the late evening if you can do it. And make sure to check your back seat if you've got kids. Make sure you don't leave your child in the back seat. That happens almost always by accident, where someone just happens to lose track of things for a few minutes, and then it ends in tragedy. So we don't want that to happen if we can help it. So be careful out there. We always deal with heat here in the valley, but it's going to be a hotter period for longer than what we've seen so far this summer, so be careful out there. In the tropics, Tropical Depression 4 formed a few hours ago in the eastern Atlantic Ocean. It's moving generally to the west and expected to slowly intensify or at least maintain its current position as it moves towards the Lesser Antilles and in the general direction of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. At this point, not expecting a major storm out of this, and expecting it, with it forming at the latitude that it has, will not enter the Caribbean Ocean, but we'll continue to watch. The medium range forecast for us, all of the tropical waves will be kind of staying to the south because of this ridge of high pressure that will serve as kind of a padlock on our weather pattern. We're expecting generally hot weather. No real precip chances in sight either today or the next 7 days, and it's pretty reasonable this time of year to assume that's going to continue for the next perhaps a week or two. So we're kind of getting back in that drought-like pattern after enjoying some more rain and showers throughout part of last week. So be prepared for that. It's going to be hot. It's going to be dry. And the breezes will pick up, especially Saturday and Sunday this week. It'll be breezy, wind gusts at about 20 to 25, maybe even 30 miles an hour. But that'll be the peak as far as the weather would be interested in. The wind will be the most unusual feature. Hot and dry weather continues today. Breezy conditions through the weekend, and Tropical Depression number 4 forms. Based on the medium range forecast, there's not really any prospects of an impact on our area. And right now, there's no other suspicious tropical areas that have our attention as far as potential impacts for the valley. That concludes our briefing. Have a wonderful day. Check us out on the web, weather.gov/RGV. We're on Facebook at U.S. National Weather Service Brownsville and Twitter at NWS Brownsville.